Hello one and all, welcome to another episode of the tutorials for MechWarrior Online by Spare Time. I am here bringing you another video to hopefully help you guys enjoy the game of MechWarrior Online. The link to the game is down in the description. If you have not done so already, if this is the first time coming to the videos and you're just getting started, I suggest you go visit one of those videos right up there. I've got all three of my videos that I have before this one. The 1, 2, and 3, it is about getting started. That's when getting it downloaded and starting playing the game within about 10 minutes. There's the beginner hints and tricks, which will allow you to hopefully live longer in the game and enjoy it more. And then there's buying your first mech. If you continue to play the game and you want to start getting your own mechs, you can. That'll help you decide what to get and how to get it. And then this one, on the other hand, is now where we start getting into, once you have your mechs, how to customize them, how to tailor them to your playstyle. Alright, so let's get rid of these and get over here to the MechLab. Alright, we're going to be talking about in the MechLab. There are 4 sections to the MechLab. There is the layout, there is the upgrades, there's the warehouse, and the mech stats. Alright, we're going to first talk about the layout, which is really talking about the different sections that you see here. A mech, I'm going to go down here just to show you. The mech has really got 8 different parts to it. If you look here, it has 2 arms, our sections, 2 legs. It's got left torso and a right torso, center torso, and a head. So you've got 8 sections to deal with. Each one of them can contain components and also be covered by armor and weapons. They have weapons in each individual section. Alright, so let's look at the sections. For instance, if you look at here's the right arm, the information for the right arm here, right torso, the head, the left torso, and the left arm. And then now you got the right leg, you got the center torso, and the left leg. So they're all represented right here in this graph or in this layout. And I'm going to do something here. So for instance, this is one of my hunchbacks that I have about how the setup is. On each one of them, each section has its own armor rating. Alright? And that is right here where it says max armor. That is how much total armor can be in that section. You can level up, go to the full 32 like in the case for this arm, or you could have it less if you wanted to on there. When you get to the right torso, the left torso, and the center torso, there are 2 ratings. There is a front and rear rating for the armor. You get a total of 48 points for the right torso here, but it has to be divided between the front armor and the rear armor. So if you are worried about being shot in the back, you might want to have more rear armor. If you're mainly going head on with somebody, you might want more front armor. That's something you have to decide. Each time you add that, that adds more weight to the mech. Each section also has hard points. In fact, here, I'm going to do something here. Right in this section, I'm going to just strip the mech here of everything. There we go. Now everything's off of there, just so I can show you. Each one has hard points. This tells you how many you can fit into each section. So the right arm can have 1 energy weapon. The right torso can have 3 energy weapons and 2 missile weapons. The head can have 1. If you hover over these, it'll tell you this is the AMS, or the anti-missile system. That has to go in this section. And then 1 hard point over here. Okay? There's no hard points. You can put anything in the legs or the center torso. Alright, so that tells you about the hard points, about how many you can put in there. Then, let's see, next thing to talk about are yes, the slots. I'm going to take off the upgrade I did to the armor here. If you look, all these are empty slots. That is where you put in, it takes up a certain number of slots in order to have certain weapons. Many weapons only take up 1 slot. Some take up 10 slots. You've got different ones take up. So the number of slots you have open, designates what weapons can go in there. And then you have the engine down here in the center torso. Here's the engine. The engine gives you, bigger engines. Let's go back and bring this back up here. Reset the mech. So I can show you. Like this one has the standard engine of 200, I think comes with this mech. Now you can upgrade it. You can downgrade it. Whichever one you want to do. But the bigger engines take up more tons, but also give you more speed. Now, if you go with an XL engine, just to give you a hint, XL engines are smaller. They take up less tons. So if you look right now, I've got right up here, right up in this section, it's got 50 tons. I've got all 50 tons taken up with my mech. If I change this over to an XL engine, it now drops down to 46 tons. And if you look here, the engine takes up only 7.5 tons of it. But if you look, it takes up more slots. It takes up a slot in the left torso and right torsos. You will often hear people talking about doing an XL test when you're in game. That means if they've shot and taken out one of the left or right torsos, what happens is that engine will explode. So this engine is smaller, supplies you with more tons that you can use, but it takes up more room and has the possibility of exploding. So you might want to watch that. It's something you got to take into your play style. All right, I'm going to turn that back off. Now let's see here. Tons. Everything that you add. See, for instance, here I have my 2 LRMs on this one. They take up 2 slots each. And let's see here. And they are each, they are each 5 tons. So as you add things into slots and add in engines and everything else, you start losing tonnage. So you've got to take that into consideration for everything that you're doing. The weapons you have to fit into the certain slots and the certain hard points, and then add up to the tons. All right. Armor also adds to the tonnage. All right, let's see here. Upgrades. Upgrades are next. I'm going to strip this mech again because I want to show you what the upgrades do. Strip mech. If you hover over, here's a section on the upgrades, right down here. If you hover over something, it will tell you. If I change from armor from standard armor over to ferrofibrous, that's 12% more protection per ton, but it occupies critical slots for less, but lays west, so less, lays west. So in other words, it takes up all these empty slots. If you decide to do this, you lose a bunch of those slots. So if I do that, it now gives you better armor standards, but a bunch of slots get taken up. If you have armor, if you already have stuff in your on your mech, it will it will move the dynamic armor slots around to whatever empty slots are available, but it has to have the 14 critical slots. All right. So that's what happens with armor. So it gives you better armor, but it takes up slots. Heat sinks. Heat sinks are the double heat sinks. Mean that what it is those heat sinks that you saw in my work up here were single heat sinks. If you go to double heat sinks, they're 40% more efficient, which means they work better. They cool down your mech faster, but and they weigh the same, but they take up 3 slots instead of just 1. Structure. Endosteel. Let's see here. Okay, so for double, back to heat sinks real quick. Heat sinks, that means if you're running a really hot mech, the double heat sinks are better for you to be using. If you're using a lot of lasers, use the double heat sinks. Alright, structure. If you go with endo steel, made from lighter endo steel weighing 5% of the mech's maximum tonnage, but occupies 14 critical slots. This is a lot like the armor. This does not change anything about your mech, about what it can really do. What it does is it frees up tons, but takes up slots. So if I do this, hit endo steel, you've now lost these 14 slots, which once again will move around your mech, whichever is left open, whatever slots are left open. But it just took off, allowed you more tons to put onto the mech. So you can do that. It's a way of freeing up tonnage, but taking away slots once again. And then of course we have the guidance system. Artemis. Artemis guidance system is targeting system that allows LRMs and SRMs to lock on quicker, last longer, and concentrate the missiles better. So it doesn't do anything for let's see, for tracking longer. It does track longer, but it doesn't make it instantaneous, but it does make it, the lock-on time boost is 50%. It makes it 50% faster, and the tracking strength is 50% better, and the missile spread is 66% tighter. So it helps you actually narrow in on things a lot quicker. So that's good to have, but what you have to do is you have to actually buy the weapons with the Artemis on it, so it will match up with the Artemis on your mech. Okay? Let's see here. That goes through the upgrades. Now let's see here. Warehouse. Right over here. The warehouse is where you see what you have in your inventory as well as what you can buy. So if I look at this right now, I can have energy weapons and missile weapons. That's why it's only showing me energy and missile weapons here. It will only show you what you can put on your mech. So for energy weapons, if I look here, I've got 3 small lasers in inventory. I got 6 medium lasers in inventory that I could put on. And if I put those on, if I put one on someplace, like right here, see it blinks to let you know where you can put that weapon. Put it in there, the tons change, and this occupies that slot. Now if I wanted to, I could put, like I was talking about, I can take, where'd it go, where'd it go? What'd you do with it, guys? Oh, medium laser, right there. If I put it over here, yeah, so I can put it in any one of these slots, as you can see. Those 3 places. Now, the next thing is, if I wanted to put in something new, let's say I wanted to put in a PPC. In this arm over here, if you look, it takes up 3 slots. And it adds a cost to you over here. So it'll keep adding costs to you as you add new things in. If you increase the armor, it adds that. If you decrease the armor, if you change anything, it'll tell you what the cost is right over here. And then you have to hit save before anything is saved at the end. Okay? If you want to take something off of your mech, just double click it. One other thing, if you want to see what a weapon does, just click on it. It'll tell you how many slots it takes, tons it takes. It shows you the damage, the heat, cooldown. It shows you everything you'd ever want about that weapon is right there. The graph at the bottom is a wonderful thing. It tells you about the range of the weapon. So if you were trying to make something that is up close and personal, you want to find things with the range on here of closer to that 0 mark. For this item, the PPC, as you can see on there, it is not good at up close range, but it is at fairly close. The optimal range for that says is 540. You look right there. Come on, come back up here. 540 meters. All right, and there's a projectile speed, health, that sort of thing. All of that's on there. All right, so you got to look at those, and that will help you decide what kind of weapons you want on there. Okay, now that's the warehouse. Warehouse also has, if you ever want to find out, use all these little marks here. You can just do what is owned, and that just shows me what I have actually in my inventory, which won't cost anything. Also, if you use ballistics or missiles, you have to make sure you buy the ammo to go along with it. You don't want to actually get out there and have no ammo to shoot whatever you're trying to shoot. You have different equipment you can do. The standard heat sinks here. This is where you'll see some of your other double heat sinks, that sort of thing. These are all the engines you can use. I'm just showing what I've got here. Once again, if you click on any of these, it will tell you what the maximum speed is on it. Just stop closing on me. The speed that you can do, the reverse speed, all the different information on there about that. And also, as you can see, as you get up in numbers here for the engines, the number of tons it takes goes up, and the cost goes up. You have to buy a new engine. So, and then modules, we're not going to worry about. Don't worry about those right now. You'll get into those on your own probably later on. Okay, let's see here. And anything else? That's the warehouse. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to my regular mech, the way it was set up. Now I want to talk about the next thing to get into here. The weapons group. Weapon groupings. This is where you decide, if you've been playing the trial mechs, you couldn't really change a weapons group. I think you can actually change them, but there's a different way. I'll have to look into that. But this is where you can designate the weapon groupings according to how you want to play. So for instance, I've got the 2 arms, and I think the torso one on one here. I got the head by itself in a different grouping. And then just for my own, I've got one which is an alpha strike of the lasers, which is all of them all at once. And then I've got another one that I'd have that is chain fired. So I can go back and forth between them fairly easily. And then down here at number 6, I've got the LRMs. I've got them separate because they are a different grouping. They're for the long distance. These are for the short distance. So you get to decide how do you fire the weapons, and you can change that according to what you want. All right, and that's how you change grouping. So if I wanted to add, let's say I wanted to add this one to group 2, I just click on it, it turns blue, and so now when I fire my second grouping, those 2 lasers will fire together. If I want to take it off, I just click it again and it turns white, and now it's back to just having the 1 laser. All right, let me just clear that out. All right, I think that covers it for the MechLab. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer them from what I can. Also, there is a website which I will put right over here. It is called Smurfy-net, and it is got the whole thing. All the mechs are on there, and the information about all the mechs are on there. It has its own MechLab on there. It's all web-based. So if you decide you want to actually try, do something at work or whatever, and you get on the internet, you can go check out and make up your own stuff. Just make sure that you can close it down before the boss gets there, but you can still play around with MechWarrior while nobody else knows. Get on there, you can figure out your own settings, your own setup, and I think that's it. It's got a lot of information. All the information that's on here is on that website. So all the stuff about what weapons do what mechs do what, everything's on there. Go check it out. One of the people that helped me out sent me that link, and that has been a great help. Okay, now As for the next video, I'm going to put it right up there if I make one. I don't know. If you look, there's no title there because I have no idea what to do next. If you guys have suggestions, please let me know, and I will see what I can do. If there is one, you can click on that link. Otherwise, it's just going to sit up there and go, hi, and I think that's it. Because as of right now, I've gotten you through the basics, which is what this is all about, to get you started, to get you playing, because after this point in time, making up certain mechs, making up certain builds, snipers, making up brawlers, whatever you want to do, there are videos, tons of videos out there on YouTube for that, if you want to look them up. Just type in the, MechWarrior Online Sniper, and it will pull up all the ones, or best sniper, it will pull up all the ones people have said are their best sniper builds. Okay, so you can do that. Other than that, I'm not sure how far else to go without getting into a lot of specifics. If you guys want to see different videos, if you want me to make something else, some gameplay, please let me know, and we'll see about that. Meanwhile, I hopefully will see you guys soon. We want to make sure that get online, play a lot, if you can. And until that point in time, make sure you like the video. Liking the video, make sure it gets out there. If you think it has helped you, make sure you like the video. That way more people will be able to see it. That's the whole reason I make the videos. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. As I make more stuff, you can check out what I've got. And then you can follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. All the links are down below. All right? Thank you, everybody, and we will talk to you later on. And I cannot wait to see you guys on the battlefield.